Three Jokers issue 3 has now been released. This is the finale that we've been waiting to see. This book has a lot of surprises. There's a lot to talk about. So let's get started. Batman, Batgirl, and Jason are in the Batcave. They are investigating the three Jokers. The Jokers have been abducting people from the city in an attempt to make a better Joker. On the table, Batman has displayed pictures taken from the victims. There's at least 40 victims from all types of backgrounds. There's a teacher, a doctor, a zookeeper, an actor, a fisherman, a surgeon, a judge, even a serial killer. Batgirl asks Batman what he means by a better Joker. Batman explains to Batgirl that since Joker doesn't have an official identity, he wants to create another Joker that has an identity. Batman says that the Jokers wanted him to know that, but he doesn't know why. Jason tells Batman that there was 3 Jokers. Now there's only 2 left. He tells Batman that when he finds the other 2, he will kill them both, since Batman is too weak to do it. This infuriates Batman. He grabs Jason and tells him enough. Batman explains to Jason that there's not a day that goes by where he doesn't think about killing the Joker after everything he's done to Jason and Barbara. Jason doesn't believe that Batman cares about him, that the only reason why he won't turn him in to the police for killing one of the Jokers is because he would have to testify as a witness. And that would reveal his identity as Bruce Wayne. Barbara wants them two to stop fighting. She tells Jason that Batman has only tried to help. But Jason doesn't believe that. He thinks that Batman will throw him in prison and forget about him. Batman tells Jason that he doesn't understand and that he never will. He backs away from Jason and tells the gang that they must focus on their work. Batman goes over the files. Dozens of people have been exposed to the chemicals. None of them survived, except the 3 Jokers. Batman describes the difference between them. The criminal seems to be more focused on their goals and less interested in theatrics. He reminds Batman of his earliest confrontations. This is the Golden Age Joker. The clown was more theatrical, the Silver Age Joker. And last, the comedian. He has a more sadistic streak than the others. This is the Modern Age Joker. Batman tells the group that one of them is the original and that he created the other 2 for a purpose that Batman doesn't yet know. Batgirl thinks that the original Joker is creating copies of himself to hide his true identity. Perhaps they could find out who the Joker really is. Batman then apologizes to Jason for failing him. He offers to help Jason find a better path, to leave Red Hood behind and find a new identity. Jason declines. He says he doesn't need help. He just wants to find the Joker and be done with it. Jason then asks Bruce if he knows who the Joker's real name is. Bruce assures Jason that he doesn't, but Jason doesn't believe him. He thinks Batman knows who the Joker really is and is keeping it a secret. The GCPD and the firefighters arrive at Blackgate Hospital after the Joker set it on fire and kidnapped Joe Chill. Batman finds Joe Chill's bed empty. He goes to Joe Chill's prison cell to find any clues left behind by the Joker. He finds letters on Joe Chill's bookshelves. The letters all have Bruce's name on it. One of the guards walk in. Bruce asks him why these letters were not mailed to him. The guard tells Bruce to talk to Reverend Evans. Batgirl and Jason stand outside Blackgate waiting for Bruce. Jason tells Batgirl that he knows what he did was wrong when he killed one of the Jokers. He committed a crime, even if the Joker deserved it. Batgirl tells Jason that In order to protect their identities, they have to let him get away with it. She then walks away from Jason. Batman arrives at Reverend Evans' office. He asks Reverend about Joe Chill. He tells Batman that he was writing to Bruce, but he couldn't finish his letters. He dropped out of school at 13. He took some English lessons while in prison, but he had learning difficulties. Reverend believes that Joe Chill was truly a changed man. He was trying to explain what he did in those letters. Reverend asks Batman why Joe Chill was kidnapped. Batman tells him that he will find out. Batman goes through the letters, and he finds one written with his name in bright colors. He opens it and finds a ticket to Monarch Theatre for the show The Mark of Zorro. The Mark of Zorro was the show that Bruce was watching with his parents in the night that they were killed. This was planted by the Joker. Batman makes his way to meet him at the theater. Batgirl, Batman, and Jason make their way to find Joker. They arrive at the theater. Batman instructs Batgirl to go check the roof and Jason to go check the halls, while Batman goes in to see the stage. The building has obviously been abandoned. The sign reads, "The one night only, the new Joker." This clearly indicates that this is where they plan to make Joe Chill the next Joker. Batman walks through the theater seats when suddenly a projector is turned on behind him. The projector shows a tape of one of the Jokers. It's the comedian interrogating Joe Chill, forcing him to confess why he really killed Bruce's parents. Batgirl hears laughter from the projection room. She opens the door and she's attacked by a swarm of people who were exposed to Joker's toxin. Jason was also attacked by them from downstairs. Batman looks behind him and sees one of the two Jokers standing in a platform over the seats. He holds Joe Chill hostage. It's revealed that this Joker is the criminal. Joker tells Batman that he thought about Barbara and Jason as candidates. He figured that Jason wasn't smart enough, and Barbara has too much compassion. Batman gets his grapple gun to get closer to the Joker as the tape continues to roll. In the video, Joe Chill explains that when he saw the Waynes in the alley, he knew who they were. He hated them for what they had. They had everything. He was angry, bitter, and lost, and he wanted to take everything from them. But then he saw that they had a little boy. By the time he regretted what he did, he had already killed his parents. He later realized that the Waynes were good people, trying to help Gotham. All these years, he still hasn't figured out a way to say sorry to Bruce. Batman lands on the roof. He's faced across the Joker. Joker warns Batman that if he gets any closer, he will light the dynamite on his chest, blowing himself up along with Joe Chill.
Let's not blow this out of proportion.
Batman tells Joker that he knows what his plan is. He asks Joker if he's sure that the man is Joe Chill, and Joker replies that there's no way he couldn't be. Batgirl is still fighting off the swarm. One of the victims is shot. Batgirl thinks that this was done by Red Hood, but it wasn't. It was the second Joker, the comedian. Batgirl is triggered by the presence of the comedian, since in the past he shot her in the stomach, paralyzing her. He holds his camera and tells her to smile. Back at the stage room, and the criminal Joker tells Batman why he's creating a new Joker. He wants to be the most important person to Batman, more important than anyone. But since the Joker doesn't have an identity, he says he's nothing but undefined chaos. Because Joe Chill has an identity that connects to Batman, he can be the one that matters. Joker proceeds to drop Joe Chill into the bath of chemicals. Batman tells Joker that Joe Chill is sick, but Joker tells Batman that the chemicals will cure him of any sickness that he has. It's a simple trade of physical health for mental health. Jason runs to Batgirl to make sure she's okay. Batgirl tells Jason to watch behind his back. The comedian appears behind Jason and shoots him in the shoulder. As he's about to kill Jason, Barbara attacks him and hits him in the face with his camera. We're back to Batman and the criminal. The criminal tells Batman that as soon as Joe Chill has fallen into the chemicals, he can rest. And by rest, he means suicide. Batman jumps high onto the roof to hide. Joker starts shooting at him, but misses. He falls. He loses grip on the lighter and drops it into the chemicals. Joker looks up to see Batman swinging down towards him. Batman kicks Joker in the chest, putting him on the ground. The lighter falls into the chemicals, causing an explosion. The explosion misses Joe Chill. Joker grabs his knife and swings it towards Batman to push him away. Meanwhile, Batgirl and Jason are being taunted by the comedian. The explosion hits them upstairs. A few seconds later, the comedian has disappeared. The criminal tells Batman that nothing will stop him from achieving his goal. He uses his knife to cut the rope that Joe Chill is hanging from. The rope splits and Joe Chill falls. Batman rushes down to save him as the Joker runs away laughing. Batman manages to defy gravity. He catches Joe Chill just in time to save him. Joker makes a run for it, but the building is collapsing and he's reached a dead end. There's nowhere for him to escape. Joker turns around and sees Batman gliding down towards him. Batman uses the force of his legs and he kicks the Joker so hard he goes through the wall. He's knocked out unconscious. Batman now stands face to face with Joe Chill. Joe is afraid of Batman. Bruce looks down at the man that killed his parents. Joe asks Batman if he's going to kill him, and Batman tells him no. Joe tells Batman that he deserves to die for what he did, and that he's truly sorry. The wall starts to collapse above Joe Chill. Batman pushes him out of the way to save him. He thanks Batman for saving him, and Batman replies, "You're welcome." They hear laughter behind them. Batman turns around and sees that the Joker has regained consciousness. Joker says that he hoped that he could extend this game a little longer, but now they can all go together. So he's going to activate the dynamite on his chest and blow them all up. The Joker laughs. You can see tears on his eyes because, as we know it, he feels pain when he laughs. The Joker is then shot in the head. It's revealed that the shooter was the other Joker, the comedian. And then there was one, the comedian says. The criminal lays dead on the ground. There was originally 3 Jokers. 2 of them are dead. Now there's only one. The comedian surrenders, allowing Batman to take him back to Arkham Asylum. The police and firefighters arrive at the crime scene. Batgirl and Jason make it out alive. Jason asks Barbara for a chance to be together. Batgirl tells Jason that she interpreted what happened between them very differently. She apologizes and walks away from him. Commissioner Gordon approaches Batgirl. He tells her he knows how hard it must be for her to face the Joker. He supports her just as much as Batman does, but he doesn't want her involved with Red Hood. He's a very troubled kid. Batgirl tells her father that what she does with Jason is none of his business. She then leaves the crime scene. Joker is being taken back to Arkham Asylum. Batman sits with him to make sure that he doesn't try to escape. Batman thinks about Joe Chill, telling him that he's sorry for what he did. Joker starts talking to Bruce. He asks him if he's feeling better after all that drama. Joker knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne. He knows about Barbara Gordon and Jason Todd. But he will never tell anyone. If the world finds out about Batman's secret identity, he may stop being Batman. And Joker doesn't want that. He needs Batman. Bruce asks Joker what he wants. He tells Bruce that the three Jokers never really got along. They each wanted different things. The clown just wanted to laugh at the suffering of others. He was too common. The criminal wanted to make a better Joker. The comedian says that the old man was delusional for thinking that he could make a better Joker. Creating a defined Joker with a name and identity ruins the whole definition of him. Batman then asks the comedian if this is all a joke to him. The comedian tells Batman that this is not a joke. He won't stop until he decides to put a knife on his heart. Joker tells Bruce that he is chaos. He is the devil. He's nothing and everything to Batman. It isn't him that's broken, it's the Batman. The loss of his parents is a pain greater than anything that Joker could ever do to him. So Joker convinced the other two that Joe Chill would be the perfect choice. The criminal believed him and let it all play out just like he knew it would. Joker tells Batman that he saved the man that killed his parents, the man that sent him and Gotham City spiraling into a drain of despair. He's seen what the sad and regretful old man that Joe Chill has become. His pain gave relief to Batman. Joker tells Batman that now that he's healed his greatest wound, he can be his greatest pain. He wants to hurt Batman. He tells Batman that he will keep twisting the knife in his heart until the day that they both die together. Bruce Wayne visits Joe Chill the next day. He's being treated in the hospital for his sickness. Bruce holds Joe Chill's hand. They share this last moment together until his heart stops beating. He is now dead. Bruce goes to the cemetery to see the grave of where Joe Chill's body was buried. Jason walks to Barbara's apartment. He leaves a love letter for her. He sticks it on her door. In the letter, he declares his love for her. He asks for them to be together. He will give up being Red Hood for her. He writes to her that if she thinks he's not worthy enough, she can throw the letter away, and he will understand. After Jason is gone, the letter falls on the floor. The janitor is cleaning the apartment floors. He sees the letter on the floor and sweeps it away. Over at the Batcave, Bruce and Alfred are talking about the Joker, the only one that's left alive, the comedian. Alfred asks Bruce if they will ever know who the Joker really is. Bruce admits to Alfred that he knew Joker's name 1 week after they first met. We then get flashback shots of the graphic novel The Killing Joke. These shots show us the origin story of the comedian before he became the Joker. He's arguing with his wife over financial problems. This is the wife that we see in Joker's hallucination in the second book. This seems to be a pretty abusive relationship. Joker goes out one night to meet a couple of guys at a bar. They are planning a robbery. Joker's wife desperately runs to the police. She tells them that he will never let her leave him, and she fears of what he would do to their baby. So the police gather some money to help his wife leave him for good. They meet him at the bar and tell him that his wife Jenny and the baby died in an accident to protect her. Joker is devastated to hear the news. His wife goes off with the money and flees somewhere where her and the kid can be safe. Alfred is shocked to hear about this. Bruce tells him that the world must never know Joker's real name, because the press will find his family, and then the Joker will never leave them alone. A few days have passed, and we are somewhere in Alaska. Bruce is driving to a location we don't yet know. Bruce stops in front of a house in a secluded area. He walks out of the car and is looking at the house. Through the window, we can see a woman and a child. It's the Joker's wife and son. Bruce stopped by to make sure that they're okay. All these years, the Joker believed that his family was dead, but they're alive, and Batman has been taking care of them without him even knowing. Bruce tells Alfred that the Joker's real name isn't what's important. It never was. And this is the finale for Batman 3 Jokers. After reading this, I was left with a lot of mixed opinions. The series is really good. The ending, not so great. The main problem I have is that the title of the book is 3 Jokers, yet none of it revolved around the 3 Jokers. They felt more like side characters to Batman, Batgirl, and Jason. Don't get me wrong, Jason and Barbara had interesting character arcs. The theme of the story is about scars and healing from trauma, but this is a Joker story, or at least it's supposed to be. As I was reading, I kept thinking about, when am I going to see the Joker? There just wasn't enough of him. They should have given us more details about the 3 Jokers. How did they first meet? If they didn't get along, it would have been interesting to see a conflict between them. You know, all of them 3 competing with each other to be the best Joker. In the end, the comedian betrays the criminal by killing him. I thought that was a cool twist, but I do think that it would have been more interesting to see the story end with Batman and the criminal instead of the comedian. The criminal was the original Joker. He was the very first Joker that Batman encountered. He should have been more relevant in the story. We get some confrontation in the end, but he doesn't really reveal anything that we didn't already know. I'm not saying that they should have revealed Joker's origin. The mystery is what keeps the Joker interesting. But he could have explained why he created the other 2 Jokers. How did he first met them? Why is he trying to create a new Joker with an identity? What is the reason behind his hatred for Batman? We don't get any answers. He was wasted potential. I also expected to see more from Batman. He barely had any dialogue in the entire series. He was just reacting to things happening around him. It felt like he wasn't even involved in the story. I like how they gave Joe Chill his redemption arc. Batman forgiving Joe Chill was very accurate to his character. Yes, the loss of his parents was very painful to him, but he's never been vengeful. Some people may think differently, but that is Batman's character. That's how he's always been. He is the type of person to forgive. Batman admits that he always knew the Joker's real name. So why in the Darkseid War series did he ask the Mobius chair of who the Joker was if he knew all along? Maybe this is a standalone storyline separate from Darkseid War. This hasn't yet been confirmed. The graphic novel The Killing Joke was referenced a lot in this. It was confirmed that the comedian's origin ties in with The Killing Joke. I didn't like that idea. It takes away the mystery. And I see what Geoff Johns did. He took Alan Moore's concept of The Killing Joke and he twisted it to make it his own. I get it, but he doesn't understand the whole purpose of that novel. It wasn't an official origin story for the Joker. Alan Moore used it as a metaphor. It was an idea of how one bad day can change a person. The Joker still remained an ambiguous character, and they made it seem like the Joker was abusive to his wife. In The Killing Joke, that was never the case. His wife was happy to be with him despite their financial problems. So his family is alive and they're hiding from him. Now that makes everything he does pointless. Now, him thinking that his family is dead wasn't the sole reason why he went insane, but it was a big part of it. But let's just forget about that. His family was alive all along. I think if Jeff Johns wanted to give the comedian an origin story, he shouldn't have taken it from The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke should stay as it is. The first two books were amazing. They had some really interesting dialogues. Jeff Johns' Three Jokers was a good concept. It had potential. It felt like they were building up for something big. And it just ended with two of the Jokers dead. The criminal failed to make a new Joker, and nothing new was revealed about the three Jokers. So we're just back to square one. Nothing changed. All of that was pointless. I mean, I still appreciate the writing. 3 issues just wasn't enough. I think if it ran for longer, we could have had a better story. But I want to end this on a good note. If there's something that was consistently good, it was the artwork. This book is beautifully illustrated. The colors and the details look amazing. Jason Fabok deserves all the credit. If I had to rate 3 Jokers from the scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it an 8. The books were really good until the very end. I wasn't disappointed, I just felt dissatisfied. Overall, I did enjoy reading this. We'll just have to wait and see how this ages in 10 years' time. If you want to see the full story for 3 Jokers, here are the links for part 1 and part 2. Thank you for watching.